Hey everyone, it's Ross, and we're looking at the hugelkultur bed right now. We have lots of weeds going on in here that I need to pull, but we have some kiwi growing there that's newly planted, hardy kiwi. We have watermelons that are going to go along the ground here, cover up much of this space. This is a new hugelkultur bed that I had started, and this is another hugelkultur bed here that is a year or two old now. And in this bed, I want to show you guys some gooseberries. We have all kinds of different things going on in here, though, like gumi, honeyberries, comfrey, potatoes, yacone, even strawberries. But the the gooseberry is what's ripe right now, and I am becoming a pretty big fan of gooseberries, guys. This is the Hinomaki Red here in the just various places of the yard. We have another one there. We have some in the front of the house towards the busy street there, and I picked some from the front to show you guys. I'm blanking on the variety here, but I think it's probably Trixia. This doesn't seem nearly as red as the Hinomaki Red, which you can see here is getting quite red. I've decided to pick these though because they're quite soft, and that's usually a good indicator. You can also pick them when they've got better color to them, but I believe this variety here doesn't need that color. Wow. They're quite good. I've had some last year. They kind of remind me when they're really ripe. They remind me a little bit of a mealy grape. Whoa, that one was really ripe and had the gooseberry flavor that a lot of people refer to. Here's the Hinomaki Red. Oh, that one's real good. Hinomaki Red is it's got some acidity to it in addition to the sweetness, whereas the Trixia is just pure sweet. And the texture of them, I mean, they remind me of grapes, but they also remind me of pear. At least the Trixia has the mealiness of a pear. You know what I mean? How it's kind of grainy. That's a better word to describe them. Trixia is pretty grainy. I've also had some, what was it? I think it's Poor Man is another variety that I have, which is a green variety. It's hard to tell when that one's ripe, but I really do think it's good to determine when they're really ripe by, one, the color, but for the green one you have no idea, so it's really just based off of how soft it is. And when they're perfect, you'll notice that they're about as soft as a soft grape, right? So not a firm grape, but ones that are soft. So that's definitely the perfect time, as I just tasted and have had more experience now with them. In terms of the other berries, though, that's going on in the yard that ripen quite early, there's quite a few things that you can grow here that are quite strange, quite unusual, not very common, but they're very reliable here. You have the gooseberry, the gumi, which is also another one that people haven't really had before or haven't really heard of. You have the honeyberry. Maybe you can throw in strawberries in there, even though that's not very uncommon, obviously. You got the gooseberry, you got the currant, black and red, or even the white currant. You have the josta berry. Those are all the really unusual berries. That's most of them, anyway, that you can grow here in Zone 7 in a cooler climate. And I think the gooseberry has its place. It's like a really early grape, is how I'd like to put it. So far, they're not really replaced by anything. If I had a choice though between, what was I going to grow the top three of that, I would certainly grow a honeyberry. They're unbelievably good. They're going to be a fantastic fruit. I'm telling you. They're going to be something that everyone's going to want. I will always grow honeyberries, probably. I'll always grow strawberries. And I think the gooseberry is also one of those as well. I've heard really great things about the Jostaberry, which I've just planted here, which is a hybrid between the gooseberry and the black currant. The red currants, the white currants, I could probably do without. I haven't tasted Goomy, but I'm jumping ahead here, and probably gonna say that Goomy I could probably do without. The black currant is very interesting though, so maybe I would consider the black currant. Not fresh, but you can do a lot of amazing things with black currants when you cook them or process them in some way. So overall, I think the gooseberry is quite a nice fruit. I think it has its place. It's not going to blow anybody away, but it's a reliable grape. They get to be quite sizable bushes. It's going to have lots of fruit on them every year, and it's quite early. They ripen here the end of June into July, depending on the variety there, depending on the season. But really, I think the biggest winner of them all is the honeyberry. So I think if you're going to grow one of these unusual shrubs, it's probably the honeyberry. But don't forget the gooseberry, because I'm really a fan. You don't need to do anything to the gooseberry to make them tasty. They just are naturally good fresh, and that's an important quality to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I would like to find a few more varieties that of gooseberries. I would like to, with all this stuff, all the Goomy, all of the currants, all of the honeyberries, all that stuff, there's got to be better varieties out there, and there's just such little information on these different fruits that it's hard to really get a handle on what are the best ones. I mean, variety makes a huge difference, guys. Just with the Hinnomaki Red versus the Trixia, it's pretty different. It's a pretty different fruit. The texture's different, the flavor's different. I mean, that right there is really all I can talk about is the flavor and the texture when it comes to these fruits. So it would be nice to be able to find one or two varieties of each different fruit. One variety or two varieties of the currants. One or two of the gooseberry, one or two of this, one or two of that, and just propagate those and have them, in multitude. You can really easily propagate all of them, and have them all throughout your yard. And instead of having varying flavors and whatnot, and varying this, varying that, you can get some consistency and some really great stuff. So anyway, if you have a suggestion on a certain variety of these things, let me know. Otherwise, subscribe, guys, if you like the video. Give me a thumbs up. You can also follow me on Facebook. I like to post a lot of different things on Facebook at facebook.com/RossRaddy. So a lot of different content goes up on Facebook than the YouTube channel. So if you want more content, it's easily found there. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, take care.